Hey everybody, welcome back to Not Playing Magic, Avacyn Restored 4-pack sealed. If you didn't catch the deck build, you're probably confused at this point, but anyways, we're playing a red-green deck with 3 trusted Force Mages, etc. Here's a hand that doesn't quite play out like I'd want it to, but we will take nonetheless. We're not going to mull. This plays more like a red X beatdown deck, and that's not really what we are, but we're not going to complain about a hand where we can cast all of our cards and anything else we draw into, so we'll go ahead and keep it up. Let's see what our opponent's on. White and something. Alright, we'll get our mountain out, and this is about where we want to stop hitting lands. We don't have much that costs more than this. We have a Howlgeist at 6, a Zealous Conscripts at 5, and everything else at 4 below, so yeah, we're pretty much good at this point. Also, apologies in advance. I'm not feeling too well, and you'll hear me sniffling around. So whatever that means. Okay, and we are just going to draw into our lands. All right, we're just going to go ahead and push this like an aggro deck. Because at this point, if we keep drawing lands, we're going to need to have snuck in as much damage as possible, so I don't like white-blue because it has a lot of, it has enough tricks, peels and things of the like. But if he peels either of these two targets, they're both really good re-entry effects, so I don't think we'll see that. I actually kind of hope our opponent keeps his mana open for the first strike, and we'll just absolutely sit back in that case. So now we have an interesting choice. What do we want to sort of power up here? As odd as it is, I think we want to power up the Timberland Guide. He's the only guy with enough toughness paired with a Force Mage to survive the first strike that he's held his mana back for. So makes our opponent do the least with his turns. So we'll see if he's got the peel, and we expect he might. It sets him back more than it sets us back, though, if he does have it. So, plus, the longer we delay our malcontents is actually better. We're mostly humans. 3 Force Mages, Stone Right. I think we have the pro zombies guy even. So yeah. Our opponent's in an interesting spot here. He's got to have the End of the Void or the Peel, we would imagine. I think we're just going to go ahead and plop our malcontents down. We're not going to give him a chance to kill something in combat and make us a little bit more vulnerable to humans on board. Go ahead and swing in with the 2 that can survive the first strike. He could have a Resto Angel here, which is almost what he was representing. Alright, so he's going to go first strike. Oh, maybe he's got a fleeting distraction. That's fine. I don't think he knows how fleeting distraction works, which is actually kind of sad. I don't like to see my opponents just kind of fall on their face, and that be a video I bring to you guys on YouTube. I'd rather have some interesting play. So we'll see what our opponent ends up doing. Alright. So the real combat damage phase, and we've killed his guy. So he's really got to put a lot of pressure on us here, and Into the Void's probably about all that saves him, or we alpha swing on this turn, so I would expect to see a scoop or something here. I don't see how our opponent gets around 11 damage on board with less than 2 creatures. So we'll see what he's got. If he's got a Mist Raven, I suppose. Alright, Stolen Goods. That's fine. He's got a Force Mage out. We'll just swing past that and win the game. Well, do we want to show him our 3rd Force Mage? I don't think so. I mean, that would just be kind of like rubbing it in his face, right? There's really no need. So we'll go ahead and swing with team. See what we want to do in the sideboard here. The only thing I'm thinking is white does have some flyers, so a Snare of the Skies is probably better than Pro Zombies Man. We could actually board in a Demolish and try to kill off his Blue Splash. Another thing to consider. I think Snare of the Skies is going to end up being a little bit better for us than the Escort, so dropping one creature down doesn't quite excite me, but I think it's a good shift. At the very worst, it's a combat trick where his Moorland Inquisitor thinks he's going to, kill us on first strike, and we pump with Snare, so it should do us some good in either case. And what a crappy sealed pool for anything besides green, really, for us. Green and red, rather. Okay. We're not going to mull here. We're drawing, and we can get a stone right out pretty early. Other than that, we can't do a whole lot, so that's pretty much a great spot to be in. So we'll see what our opponent has. If it's another Inquisitor, that's okay for now. Sorry, the only reason I'm pausing here is because I'm trying to decide if I want to try to play around a Righteous Blow. I think I would rather have him use it on... The thing is, no, we're not going to bond. We're going to bond the Forcemage. The thing is, if I were to Forcemage the Stone Right and swing in, he's still going to get killed by a Righteous Blow in either case, so... we'll go ahead and just get in for one. So we hope he plays a creature with 1 toughness here for pretty obvious reasons. And then we hope we start drawing into a little bit of land. Okay, that's actually perfect for us, because that card is fairly tough to deal with unless you have all the Guises of Fire that we indeed have. So, it's kind of brutal for our opponent. Go ahead and get our beat sticks on. Yeah, we're going to want to play out Forcemages, and we might want to play them together. It'll depend... Yeah, okay, so we will play our Forcemages together in this case. I was going to say it'll depend what our opponent has. But that's absolutely going to be the play. So we'll slow play it 1 turn. We need those Forcemages to be a 4/4 so they can kill the Seraphs as they swing in. So no, we don't wish to use this, nor do we wish to use this. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and take the 2 points of damage and lifelink. So the play I want to make here is actually have our both Forcemages on board. Draw 1 mana in the next 2 turns. So this again is fine. But I want to draw 1 mana in the next 2 turns and aggravate him into our Forcemages, so we get to declare the deaths and not our opponent. So this is pretty much where we want to be. An interesting trade on our opponent's part here. I don't quite know what he's got going on. So he does have a Geist Snatch. That's very bad. Okay. So that's fine. We're going to end up taking a little bit of damage. Yeah. I suppose this is safe. If he had the Righteous Blow, he had it, but we're not blocking with a Forcemage. Alright. So this is not very good. The Trident on the Seraph is going to be pretty bad. That can lead to some deaths. However, once the Howlgeist is on deck, if we can get the Howlgeist on deck, it changes things a little bit. Alright, so we are going to put Howlgeist on deck and pair. Yeah. Though we were only on a 3-turn clock, yeah, I should have played this a lot differently. This is not going to end well. We just have no chance to do enough damage to our opponent here. We're going to end up scooping this one due to some terrible, terrible force maging. About our only chance is, now we actually have no chance, so, let's see, 5. Ugh. I suppose if we, let's see, what can we draw into? Just about nothing here, actually. We'll just go ahead and look at the card to see. Yeah, that's a dude, but it's not the dude we need, so we're going to go ahead and concede this game. No to play around the guy snatch now, and not attack into the righteous blow like a clown when he's not paired. Do we want to bring in a Rain of Thorns? Plays out slow, but we don't want to get tridented to death. Yeah, you know what? I like that idea. I think we dunk the Snare of the Skies and just play our race game. And just expect to use the Rain of Thorns on the Trident in the land. So yeah, we'll play first here. Dual Forcemage Timberland Guide is a combo that we would just love to play, so we do not want to mull. See what our opponent does. He kept his hand also, so we'll go ahead and get these guys on board. We're going to come out pretty quickly here, so this is good for us. And so he'll have to end up tokening himself up, which is just fine. Question is, do we want to save our Force Mages to pair with each other? It'll depend if our opponent has a 2-drop, actually. If it's the Inquisitor, okay, it's the Guardian, that's fine. So all he can do is defend, so we don't want to save the pairing here. That's very good for us if we draw into a mountain in the next turn or two. Because he can come in and pair each turn. So yeah, we'll Soulmond here, and then we'll attack through. So our opponent's not in a great spot. I would like to hit a mountain, drop our other Force Mage, and then continually Soul Bomb the Dragon in for 5 in the air. That would put us in a fairly good spot. Okay, so he's got the Inquisitor. I suppose he could double block to get rid of one of our guys. Actually, doesn't even have that option now. Let's think about this. He can do 4 damage. We could wipe his board. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like that plan. At the cost of a Timberland Guide, that's not a bad spot to be in. So we'll bring this Timberland Guide in, beef up our other guide, and then if this, we'll swing in here, try to get the 4 in. And if this guy ends up getting double blocked, then we'll just pair our Force Mages together. Okay, so we had the Righteous Blow, that's fine. These are all things that we need to get, kind of get out of our opponent's hand, so. Alright, so we'll have our Force Mages paired up with each other next turn. Have some options from there. If he leaves this mana back, though, we assume Geist Snatch. And we just kind of hang out and wait. Alright, go ahead and get in for 2. If you play something like a Seraph, it's a little different for us. Though, with an unpaired Force Mage, if we draw into a mountain, we swing through the Seraph each time, so that's good. And there it is. So let's see if this plan works, because this is kind of the one I was excited to be running here. So yeah, of course, with Soul Bond. So he's basically going to be eating 5 in the air every turn at this point, until he figures something out. Which is fine, because he's going to be lifelinking too. We got to assume he's got some better cards, or he's going to hold back Ice Snatch. So we'll have to determine what kind of options we want to give our opponent. So the assumption here is if he's attacking with those guys, then he has the Geist Snatch. And I think we'll check for it. Nope, he must not. He must have a fairly decent drop. Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be a land he pulls back in this case. Yep. Alright, we kind of want to stop hitting lands at this point. We're still going the same route, swinging through the air each time. We'll consider chumping our Timberland Guide in a minute here. Though if we draw one more land, then we can start playing 2 out of turn. We'll see if he gives us the block here. Yep. Okay. So another Righteous Blow. Okay, so a Zealous Strike. That kind of ruins us. Yeah, not a whole lot we're going to end up doing at this point, I don't think. We can offer him some big trades. We can aggravate down his first striker. Yeah, it's not looking very good. So he's going to leave the man up for the first strike, of course. How much are we taking in this one? 7 of our 14? Yeah, I think we... Well, if we only take 5, that puts us... Yeah, doesn't matter. We're on a 3-turn clock if we take 5 or 7, so... Alright, well, it's another fine aggravate target, so... So we can kill the Guardian with Rain of Thorns. He's an artifact. We can kill land. And all that for 6 mana, or for 5 mana we kill the Latch Seeker and the Guardian. None of these options are very good for us. Yeah, I think it's just over, actually. What play makes us not die? We can't block the air in any case, so that's 5 coming through. If we don't kill the Latch Seeker now, that's 8 we lose. Yeah, we just... The only way we don't lose the game for sure is by playing the aggravate. So we'll assume our opponent is just going to attack in with his Inquisitor next turn, and we're going to double block to make sure we kill it. But we're still on a 1-turn clock. Yeah, no reason to attack yet. I don't think there's any way we stabilize. We don't have any way to kill the flyers on either turn. So we'll make sure we push this thing down. I'm just going to knock down the Forcemage. Okay. Yeah. So That's it. Concede this one for our opponent's flyers. Looks like we might be the first guys done too. So anyways, we'll see you guys around too.